Gonna shake, roll away in the dirt under me, yeah. Gonna shake, roll away in the dirt, yeah. Gonna shake, roll away in the dirt, yeah. Gonna shake, roll away in the dirt, yeah. Gonna shake, roll away in the dirt.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting five.
2K Sports pregame show.
Hi, thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. It's a Monday afternoon broadcast of the NBA. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Indiana Pacers here at their home, Bankers Life Fieldhouse. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And they've got a few injuries on their bench, less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
And for Blake Griffin, 2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. They've got Jason Kidd. West is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Howard. And it's Davis in at the power forward. And for Indiana, Marcus Gasol is out there with Duncan. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Kareem. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Now here's West. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Offline with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Abdul-Jabbar passes to Curry. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Back to Curry. Lock at 6. Outside Anthony. Here's the triple. Here's Duncan. Here's Gasol. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Clark up front. That's where the game will likely be won or lost in this one.
Great talent, no doubt, on the front lines here. But if for some reason they cancel each other out, then you know where it's going to be decided, in the backcourt with guys about your size, Kevin.
Wait a minute. It's stolen by Duncan. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Anthony against Kidd. Anthony dishes to Duncan. Shot clock at 5. Here's Curry. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
It's not easy to throw Curry off his groove. I mean, his jumper is wet. And even when you're right up on him, it's money.
Now here's Kidd. Pass to West. Here's the 3. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. For Indiana, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Curry.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Hornings checked in for Indiana. Drexler comes in for Anthony. And Detroit with a change here, too. Parker's checked in. Seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Giannis against Drexler. Clock at 4. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Detroit's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. There's 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. That closely contested, grit and grind first quarter comes to a close. Pacers out in front, leading by a point. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Indiana leading. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Pacers. We've got Petrovic, Drexler out there with Mourning. And it's Sabonis in at the pivot, manning the middle. The Pacers shooting their first foul shot of the game.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Drexler.
Yeah, one of the more entertaining players we've seen in the game. Clyde Drexler, the glide, athleticism all over the place.
It's Parker with the drive. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Parker has such speed and creativity, just causes the defense fits in terms of how to properly guard him.
So he gets them both.
And you can't say Indiana didn't work the ball last year. Top 5 in field goal percentage.
Yeah, you know what? It was a combination of things, and I'm a little biased having my roots with the Pacers, but they consistently made the next pass, and they had veteran finishers as well. They were as fun a team to watch in the league for me.
Pistons trail by 4. Allen outside. Pass to Pierce. Now here's Parker. Back to Pierce. Wide open look. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? Any direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
You talk about a tough cover. Petrovic just keeps himself in excellent condition and knows how to change pace there to draw fouls.
West is checked in for Detroit. And the second free throw, good. Here's West. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Outside, Pierce. West, right side. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The shot's good from Kuzi.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the score by Indiana. West outside. Over Kuzi. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Jerry West.
Boy, that's a nice looking stroke, isn't it, Kevin? From the mid-range area, shoulder squared, elbow in perfect alignment, follow through. Jerry West, picture perfect.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And a different look here for the Pistons. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Yao. Davis comes in for Pierce. Mason Kidd is checked in for George. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Allen. Now here's Gasol. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Anthony, no one around. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Pistons trailed by 5. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo can look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
West against Curry. West with some nice D.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Yep, that one goes.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
Upside Gasol. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Giannis with it. A baseline J. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pacers lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Dwayne. What are you looking at for the second half after seeing what happened in the first?
Well, defensively, we got to get stops. We got to get them out boards and box out. Again, we got to be very aggressive and aggressive offensively. And offensively, we can't let the ball stick. We got to get the ball moving and hopping around the horn and make them move the feet.
Okay, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back to the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. And Kenny, what do you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, on offense, I'd like to see them play inside out more. Attack the basket, generate easy points. And then once the defense collapses, kick it out to the perimeter for open looks. Trust me, I know. Rick Fox, big shot Bob, that's all we did.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Clyde Drexler, what a contribution so far.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Curry will bring it up for the Pacers. It's a three-point game. On the court for the Pistons, Howard is out there with Davis. Then it's Jason Kidd. Then there's West. And it's Giannis in at the 2.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense. But, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
It's all no good. And for the Pistons, they're shooting about 42% so far. A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jerry West. The efficiency of Giannis. Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Howard trying to free himself up. Kidd kicks to Howard. Now the pass to West. And another three for Detroit.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Kidd. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Hey, offensive rebounding. Positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
And here's Anthony from the arc. Rebounded by Howard. And the Pistons with possession. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. And the rejection by Abdul-Jabbar.
That massive wingspan of Abdul-Jabbar, impressive. Kareem easily swatting away shots.
West with the ball. Gasol covering. West, that's good.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. And they're really looking strong here.
Now here's Anthony over Davis. Indiana again missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Pacers trail by 8. Anthony, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Duncan. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Duncan's got his second basket of the game. And here's Giannis from outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Giannis has got the lead up to 9 now for Detroit. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Pistons on top, ending the third quarter with a massive 16-4 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Curry is out there with Petrovic. And it's Duncan. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Drexler in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And that one's good by Davis. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around. But some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. And you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say. So you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
Here's Curry. No good on that one. Good D by Parker.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Pass to Duncan. Dishes it to Curry. With the floater, and he lays it up and in.
There isn't a shot Steph Curry doesn't have a feel for. Floaters, runners, whatever. The tougher, the better.
Curry against Parker. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. And it's good on the assist by Parker. 16 points for Giannis.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
And the Pacers call time here. They're behind by 14. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And the dunk by Giannis.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Detroit.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Giannis.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
2 shots. Nice on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Duncan. Mourning comes in for Marc Gasol. Tony Kukoc, he's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. And it's Calderon in for Steph Curry. And a different look here for the Pistons. McHale's checked in for Anthony Davis. Paul George comes in for Thompson. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwight Howard. And it's Rose in for West. McHale passes to Allen. Kicks to Rose. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. Lets it go from deep. That's good from Allen on the assist by Rose.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Sabonis with the bucket.
And that's just some great vision there from Calderon to see the wide open man for the easy make.
McHale outside. The shot missing. Nice D from Sabonis. Here's Petrovic. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, you know, before we started the game, you know, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. You know, we were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, you know, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did, come out of that timeout and never look back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
all my life. Been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game. That's who I made my wife. Said I alone, I told that she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of. Don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. Fade, you can pull my foul yourself. Myself, yeah. Right, I like the life I built. I'm from West Side 60, I might got. Standing so tall, they think I might got stilts. Legendary baller like Mike, like Wilt. 96 Impala on wheels. Up against the wall, that Fox Hills. Like a boss asked me how I feel. Successful street, touching them first meals. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, I got everything I said I was gonna get on my kid. In addition to that fact, I went legit. Now, according to the way that I'm positioned in this biz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting rich. Know them West Side. For rap, this, bust, all this rap money, look, I need too much. Money, loyalty, and love, in the dream we trust. You'll be switching up the players on your team too much. Tiny Copy, that's my low, Young Supreme, what's up? And we travel around the world getting cream or what? Ain't you get off on whoever hustles seem to rush? Las Vegas, yeah, you. After all that looking tough, all he seen was 50 Cent and Mayweather with us. Your story. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look.
You got the light, we got the stars, we got audio. We're gonna fly, we got a, you got the, I got. We're the land of the free.
Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we've got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Moda Center, the place, and the Portland Trailblazers will be on their home floor as they go up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Taking a look at the Lakers, they feel like they're at their best when they start fast, get into a rhythm.
Hi, thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with DeMarcus Cousins, they say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Chamberlain is out there with Ewing. Then there's Robertson. Then there's Gerber. And it's Baylor in at the 2. And for the Trailblazers, Garnett out there with Hill. Then it's Tracy McGrady. Then there's Moses Malone. And it's Frazier in at the 1. McGrady outside. Pass to Malone. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Garnett. The kick out to Frazier. The pass to Malone. Clock at 6. Goes up again. A nice shot by Frazier. And in tonight's game, pride definitely bred at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with the Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006, which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive matches.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? We kind of took care of it.
Here's Garnett. Patrick Ewing picking up that last basket. Here's Malone. Gervin pulls it in.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Frazier.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Reed, he's checked in for Chamberlain. Kevin Durant comes in for Patrick Ewing. Richmond, he's checked in for Baylor. And it's Payton in for Robertson. It's taken away by Payton. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
And here's the best way to get an earful from your coach. Give Kevin Durant that kind of path to the basket. Wow, discussion to follow.
Now, here's Wade. Back to Frazier. Passes it to Rodman. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cowens. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper.
He didn't need to fade back. No one in his face, but he buried it anyway.
Now here's Durant. No good on the last second attempt there. And so the first quarter is in the books. Lakers lead by... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, he's out there with Reed. And it's Durant. Then it's Richmond. And it's Payton in at the point guard position. Up top, Reed. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul. And the Lakers have possession. 4-point game. Payton outside. 6 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Reed.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Payton against Frazier. The shot by Payton, no good.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time. You go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons where they've placed in the Western Conference.
Now here's Payton after Dwayne Wade's miss. Payton passes to Reed. Hayes dishes to Durant. Wade with the defensive effort. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisition.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Durant, and again, no good by the Lakers.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Pass to Cowan. He kicks it to Rodman. Now Wade. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Rodman passes to Frazier. From deep, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Chamberlain's checked in for Reed. Baylor comes in for Kevin Durant. Thompson, he's checked in for Richmond. And it's Robertson in for Payton. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here is Robertson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Wade with it. The end of the drought. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. And that'll about...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Now the shot clock resets to 14 seconds on an offensive rebound. Brent, you like that change?
I think digging into the numbers a little bit, Kevin, it only affects about 3% of total possessions.
Is that all?
Yeah, throughout the course of the year, not in any given game. So it's very, very,
no kidding,
very, very minimal what happens. But what I like is that players have to reset quickly with 14 on the clock, and I think coaches are starting to think about how it is they might have quick sets as opposed to getting the ball to the top of the key and trying to run through a traditional set. Maybe you have quick sets after the reset to get yourself a better shot.
Or strategy. We've got Garnett. Frazier is out there with Tracy McGrady. Then there's Moses Malone. And it's Hill in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lakers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And both free throws good for Gervin.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Gervin against Hill. Unloads. Gets an open look and hits.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
Lakers leading by 6. Gervin outside to the right side. Ewing kicks to Baylor. Ewing trying to get open. 6 to shoot. Chamberlain the pass to Gervin. Jacks up a 3. They get it again.
And Ewing with that size really creates a tough matchup, especially when he's attacking the offensive board.
Pass to Malone. Inside. Looks for Garnett. He gets it to him. That shot off the mark.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Frazier.
And another one of those terrific two-way players. Frazier's quick hands there, gets the pick, and then he's off to the races.
Ewing's shot is good. Ewing's got 4 points this quarter.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Here's Frazier, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Robertson can't get it to go.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
McGrady against Gervin. The shot by McGrady, no good. Lakers leading by 6. Now Robertson. No points in the game yet for him. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
An inefficient defense there, guys. If there's one thing you want to try and take away from Robertson, it's the dribble drive.
Here's the pass to Malone. Missed. The third quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top, up by 8. From Portland, we're back in a moment. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Ewing. Thompson is out there with Robertson. Then it's Baylor. And it's Pettit in at the power forward. It's hauled in by Ewing. Lakers leading by 8. Here's Robertson. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Robertson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Lakers. Here's Wade. Passes to Garnett. Ball stolen. Wade against Baylor. Malone with the block.
How about the quicks there by Malone to get up and deter that shot, utilizing that size and reach for the rejection.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Down low. Here's Ewing. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well. To win with consistency, Brent, you need guys who you can bank on, guys you can count. With that in mind, who's the most consistent scorer you see night in and night out in the NBA?
Well, Kevin Durant and James Harden are just tremendous at scoring the basketball. Anywhere they are, at any time, they have an opportunity within a few minutes to explode and put 10 or 12 points on the board. And so those individual runs. And then Kevin, quite frankly, the attention defensively from the opposition to try to shut them down will open up opportunities for other guys to flood into the game that haven't had any impact thus far.
Exactly.
So now all of a sudden they get going. Durant, Harden, and last year there were stretches where Paul George absolutely entered this category.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 13. 1:33 left to play here in the fourth. Chamberlain's checked in for Los Angeles. Gervin comes in for Thompson. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. It's up a 3. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Tracy McGrady.
As soon as Wade looks up and sees his teammate all alone, simple pass, throws it ahead, uncontested jet.
Here's Robertson. Garnett with the block. There's McGrady. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Lakers leading by 10.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Lakers.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And they're able to recover. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Robertson. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Popped up there for Wade. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Kicks it out to Baylor. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Baylor's got the lead up to 13 now for the Lakers.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
He gets that one.
Love to see some trademark Dwayne Wade aggressive slashing to the basket.
Now here's Baylor. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win.
Wide, magnified, live like the ocean tide. You dope, you lie. I reside like artifacts on the wrong side of the tracks, electrified. Coming around the mountain, you running high. Hoping your defense mechanism can divert my heat-seeking lyricism. As the 1996 lyrical style is what I give them. MCs act like they don't know.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
The Chicago River winding its way. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And for Luka Doncic, and with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got Thomas. Olajuwon is out there with Bird. Then it's Pippen, and it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. And for Chicago, they've got Robinson. Kobe is out there with Nash. And there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's Ginobili in at the small forward. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. They get the rebound. Olajuwon. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Such a graceful player. Hakeem is light off the ground there for that rebound, and then the skill to send that one home.
Now here's Kobe. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Jordan.
And when you watch the Bulls play, Chris, they just seem to lack an organizational direction.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the team committed to Boylen to shape their youth. They don't seem to be interested in playing up-tempo or following any NBA trend. The distrust between players in the front office is not helping their recruiting of free agents. A lot going wrong there.
1:49 left here in the first quarter. Thomas passes to Pippen. The pass to Jordan. Just 5 to shoot, 11 feet away, and the shot is good.
And when we think about the excitement that Jordan brings to the game, but what about the offensive fundamentals? The man is a perfectionist.
Now here's Nash. O'Neal trying to break free. .116 left in the first quarter. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Blake Griffin comes in for Pippen, and Chris Paul subbed in for Thomas. O'Neal against Olajuwon. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, Jim Boylen, he won the Chicago head coaching job after his interim stint. The fans were unsure of the hire, but the front office believes in him moving forward.
Irving's checked in for Bird. And for Boylen, Chris, he's been a bit demanding on his roster.
Yeah, Kevin, it's going to be tough. He's tasked with molding this young Bulls core. I mean, the front office wanted a hard-nosed coach. They believe they found their guy with Boylen's approach.
Jordan with it. He's picked up by Doncic. That one goes in.
And what you like there, Jordan never looks like he's rushing. Makes quick, solid decisions.
Barkley kicks to Havlicek. Pass to Doncic. Nash against Paul. Shot clock at 6. Jordan against Doncic. And the Bulls with another miss.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, that's how you play it. He does a good job of getting into the shooter's airspace.
Stolen by Havlicek. In transition, here come the Bulls. Nash with the ball. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Nash.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Paul surveying the floor. Outside Irving. Outside Jordan. Releases. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bulls out front, leading by 3. And welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Right there.
If you're playing along Chris Paul, you better have your hands ready. If you're open, he'll find you, or you're going to get hit in the head.
Doncic against Paul. Miller outside. Here's Havlicek. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
That's the only way to hold him in check. When he's got it inside, you got to have a body on him right away.
Scott finds Paul. You played for a lot of different coaches in your career, Chris. I'm sure you saw characteristics that you like in a head coach with all the different people you played for.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want coaches that challenge you, that want to make you better, that helps with the team chemistry. But I would say, number one, you want a coach that understands they are such a good coach that their job is to infuse you with as much information during practice, and then come game time, they trust you to go out and do your thing. They don't micromanage during the big games. They say, wait a minute, we put in enough practice time, you know what we should do, now go out there and execute. The ones that trust you, you got to love.
Right. Pass to Irving. And here's Griffin, covered by Havlicek. Puts it up from 17. That shot by Griffin, no good. Chicago trailing here. Havlicek outside. 1:11 left to play here in the second quarter. Doncic against Paul. Doncic, no good.
There's a lesson for you. Don't showboat. Tries to get fancy with the fadeaway, and it backfires.
And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Scott hits them both.
And, you know, when you look at Byron Scott and then add in the way he plays, really a pure shooting guard in every sense.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group, and the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Olajuwon's checked in for Mutombo. Bird comes in for Blake Griffin. Pippen's checked in for Irving. And Thomas subbed in for Chris Paul. Pippen, the pass to Thomas.
That's number 2 on him already. The third foul before the half, and he may be grabbing some pounds.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Mavericks. From outside the arc, Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. Olajuwon's shot is good.
And that's just too deep. Olajuwon with way too many moves in there, almost automatic.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Thomas. Thomas against Jackson. Bird knocks it loose, and they get it back. Robinson to halt the run. Olajuwon grabs the miss. Jordan against Bryant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, and in every generation or so, a player comes along who can be considered a true superstar. Folks, that's Larry Bird.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
Bird hits them both. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Robinson. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. Robinson's got his second bucket.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Mavs.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Mavericks lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust. And
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Mavericks leading by 5. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Bird out there with Pippen. Then it's Olajuwon. Then there's Thomas. And it's Jordan in at the 2 spot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. League has cracked down C-Webb on flagrants. Who's leaving the bench? Do you think we need to be as strict about it as we've been?
Oh, I love the attention to detail the league has given on flagrants. So you don't want the flagrants of the past. My friend Kevin McHale, he says Rambis just ran into his elbow. That wasn't even a flagrant foul on that play, if anybody remembers that old play that I'm talking about back in the Celtics-Laker days. But how about today? My thing, Kevin, is just don't call it ticky-tack a flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant 1, flagrant 2, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones that aren't flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, the league has always been great about that. And now what's funny is if you watch the games, there's an assistant coach that is designated just when he sees a scuffle on the floor. His only job is to run to the end of the bench and stand at the line with his arms out so no player can cross him. So not only is the league taking steps, not only are players mindful of it, but now you have an assistant coach. His only job is to stand up there and to be an obstacle so that no players can step that foot across the line. It changes series. It causes big fights. It puts fans in harm's way. We just don't need that.
Olajuwon, the pass to Jordan. Here's the teardrop. Some solid defense from Bryant.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Mavericks leading. Outside Jordan. Banked in off the glass. Jordan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you can just see the extraordinary competitiveness. MJ staying laser focused after absorbing the contact.
Pass to Robinson. He kicks it to Ginobili. Tumbo is checked in for Olajuwon. Now the pass to Miller. Here's Walton, and it's in there.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Outside Pippen. Kicks it to Bird. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. That one goes. Count it.
And Mutombo, such long arms. Even when the D is a factor, he just extends beautifully up over the top.
Pass to Miller. Dishes to Havlicek. Lock at 6. Over Jordan. And it's Havlicek missing.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's are over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
And it's Bird missing.
He struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
O'Neal. No good there.
Mutombo really is an amazing defender. He just takes pride in contesting.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Mavericks ahead, up 3. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Miller. Walton is out there with Barry. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's Doncic in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Stolen away. Here's Barry. Bird covering. Thomas against Doncic. The 15-footer. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Mutombo's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Dr. J slams it in.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gifts.
O'Neal misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Bulls trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's sent back by Mutombo.
And the ferocity on display defensively here from Mutombo. Just an incredible shot blocker.
Miller surveying the floor. Doncic against Bird. Here's O'Neal. And no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Irving. It's not going to go for him.
He's not an easy man to stop. He's attacking the basket. The D doing everything it can.
Miller outside. And a miss there on the triple.
Look, I know he wants to get him back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not easy.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. 59 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jim Boylan was going over with his team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great fit.
And good that time.
And I'm a big fan of the awareness of Nash on the floor. A selfless player who's just fantastic at getting the ball to his open teammates in rhythm.
Here's Bird, and it's Dallas with another.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
It's tipped. Back to Nash. Outside Bryant. Passes it to Nash. Offensive rebound. Three-pointer. And Kobe the bucket with the assist by O'Neal.
And Kobe lives for these situations. You know how much he likes the spotlight, and boy, does he deliver time and time again.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA.
to really live, but I need something to believe in. I need something that can keep me holding on than the ceiling. And I need something that will keep me on the ground. As you go, just wait. 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 As you go.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There it is, maybe the most famous building in all. And with pregame.
Well, guys.
Great vision, David. Thank you. Steve, tonight we have a great matchup at the center spot. Talk about how that position has evolved over the last couple of years.
I think because of the rules, Kevin, there's not a lot of space when guys are posting up because of the defensive rules right now. You can sit in a post guy's lap, especially if he's dominant. So I think guys, as a post player now, saying I got to go out to the three-point line, I got to go out to the free throw line to be able to have some spacing to make shots.
Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Worthy. Magic Johnson is out there with Maravich. And there's Malone. And it's Russell in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Spurs, Moncrief is out there with Stockton. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's LeBron James. And it's Unseld in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Maravich. A rebound by the Spurs. James in the post. Worthy defending. Worthy pulls it in. Johnson goes in. Here's Russell. Trying to get open as Johnson. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Oh my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
On the wing, Maravich. Outside Worthy. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich.
And Maravich is such a great scorer. All eyes are on him, but his eyes are on his teammates. A tremendous dual threat.
Now here is Moncrief. Pass to James. Second chance shot, and it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair.
And at a certain point, you just have to look to someone else to score for you.
Johnson against Nowitzki. 6 to shoot. Johnson, the pass to Malone. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this is the problem. The length, the timing. Russell, one of the very best at corralling misses and turning them into points.
Now here's James. Shoots over Malone. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
And a wide open look for James. Good on the triple.
Limitless, the way LeBron affects the game. Showing nice touch there from distance.
Moncrief against Maravich. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sight.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now here's Stockton. Pass to James. 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Goes back up. And oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. On the wing, Johnson. Poked loose. Got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
and you see the defense. I mean, there are guys who are great with the weak side help. Some are better on ball. Russell dominates that end in every category.
We welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
The 76ers leading by 3. We've got Weber. LeBron James is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Harden, and it's Rose in at point guard. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. And Russell gets it to go.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
James up top, defended by Carter. Here's Weber, and it's sent back by Russell.
Wow. Look at the extension Russell gets there. That comes from great positioning, plus the quick jump with the wingspan.
Dumars, he's checked in for LeBron. From a low drama perspective, Steve, which stars do you think would be the easiest to play alongside and be their teammate?
I think Kawhi Leonard for sure, Kevin. Doesn't say much, just goes out and plays. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jokic, a lot of those superstars. I think Paul George is another guy that goes out and just plays. So there's a few out there that would love to play alongside.
The putback, it's good on the putback. Russell's got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And there's the pass to Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Harden, that's good.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Hardaway passes to Wilkins. Back to Hardaway. Passes it to Russell. Outside Dumars. Pass to Weber. Outside Rose. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Leonard.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
Parrish. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
51 seconds left to play in the first half. Rose passes to Weber. Now Dumars. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
McAdoo is checked in for Philadelphia. Now here's Wilkins. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Parrish the pass to McAdoo. And it's good for 2.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Rose kicks to Weber. 16 seconds left now here in the second. And the rejection by Parrish. It's Wilkins on the wing. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Outside, Maravich gets it off, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. In the second, that's all for now.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Bill Russell really making a difference here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the 76ers, Magic Johnson is out there with Maravich. Then there's Worthy. Then it's Russell. And it's Malone in at the power forward position.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Stockton outside. Pass to Nowitzki. To the inside. Unzeld, the pass to Monk. 6 on the shot clock. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
To the wing right side. Johnson surveying the floor. Back to Worthy. Stolen by Stockton. And they're pushing it up. Here's Moncrief. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, and consistency is the name of the game for Moncrief. Anytime you play him, you're in for a night of all-around basketball.
Moncrief hits them both. Steve, the league has broadened the definition of clear path foul. Think that'll discourage the wrap-up fouls that stop those fast breaks?
Yeah, I think so, because the guy's coming downhill with that type of force. And if you do wrap him up, and sometimes your coaches want you to because of the situation, but it's hard, and it could create a lot of injury. So I do like the clear path fouls.
Here's Stockton. Malone with the block. But they'll get another chance. And it goes down 2 points. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. Outside, Maravich. Johnson, wide open, he fires. The shot's good on the assist by Maravich. Johnson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Stockton. Johnson with the defensive effort.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Russell trying to free himself up. Johnson kicks it over to Worthy. Just 5 on the clock. Right side, Russell. Malone trying to break free. And it's Russell missing.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Moncrief's shot is off.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Maravich. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from James.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Fast break, Philadelphia. Johnson's got the ball. With the tip. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Weber. Then it's Rose. Then it's Harden. And it's Nowitzki in at the 5 spot. That's the San Antonio 5.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Outside Butler. McAdoo, the pass to Parrish. Poked away. Stolen by Harden. Outside Rose. Looks for Parrish. Gets it to him. Hardaway against Rose. From 13, and Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the 76ers. Outside Rose. Rebounded by Hardaway. The 76ers leading by 12. Carter finds Hardaway. To the paint. Here's Parrish. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
It's blocked. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Harden against Carter. Outside Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to Hardaway. There's the triple. That shot missing.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the 76ers.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
32 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Carter, that's good.
Yeah, they sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Leonard looking over the floor. Misses the shot. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us.
Fendi flip-flops, I'm styling. Like Batman. None of them, just none of them, just left church, I'm wildin', Poppy round Rolex diamonds, Rolex diamonds, She don't wanna leave, she vibing. I just left church, I'm wildin'. I'm wildin'. Fendi flip-flops, I'm styling. Heat it up, heat it up, heat it. No sit, riding out. No, I never. It's something about me, just tell you I will. If you're not my friend, I don't fake it, I never. Young rap, this amazing Margiela. 2 icy chains on top of my sweater. This the success of my latest endeavors. When I come around, I guess they not together. I'm making her better. She wanna come and play Jenga, I let her. She from the hood, I could take her wherever. I ain't making no statements. I bought it cash, I ain't making no payments. I gave it to DJs and they never played it. Except for the hood and the ghetto, I'm famous. Lawyers check it. You ain't have to finesse it. 2 praying hands, I know I'm protected. I'm the GOAT, Lord is my shepherd. Dude like Robin. Rolex diamonds. Fendi flip flops, I'm styling. Buy brown Rolex diamonds. Ayy, I do like Robin. Rolex diamonds. Ayy, I do like Robin. Fendi flip flops, I'm styling. Like Robin. Fendi flip flops, I'm styling. See me like Batman. It's none of them. Ayy. Ayy, my bro went. Don't need it. No. But I can't take a loss. No. I throw it up. Ayy, I living in luxury. Where I'm from. No, summer love. You would think this is the summer league. I was in hoopies and they wasn't with me. No. Will used to shake when it did over 60. Hey. I'ma come clean cause they did me filthy. Only got stronger cause it ain't. And they know the vibe. Act like they are but they not on my side. I went to a but nobody cried cause this every day and it's not a surprise. This how it is, a day in the life. Check all your mirrors while you at the light.